Welcome to Bruins Overtime Live, presented by BuyAToyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit BuyAToyota.com. Alongside Billy Jaffe and Brian Boyle, I'm Dale Arnold. In the same way the Bruins are running out of points and games for a possible playoff push, I'm running out of ways to describe the futility for this team over the last month or so.
This was it was almost like a Mighty Ducks script here. I mean, think about it. You get a goal overturned a little over a minute before that play, and then a broken stick leads to a low slot shot from Seth Jarvis, who I don't think has a I don't think he has a point since coming back from playing in the Four Nations, and he beats Korpisalo stick side, and you're like, oh my God, like no way. But this really, Boiler, this, you know, from working all season with the team, this epitomizes what this team is going through. They played pretty well tonight, especially that second period.
Yeah, if they didn't have bad luck, they'd have no luck at all. And
right.
It's discouraging because you go on the road and you do enough to win a hockey game. There was enough good stretches and good plays. I did think after it was tied in the last 5, they were trying to get it to overtime. They weren't attacking like they wanted to win a hockey game. And that's probably because of where they are. They're desperate for any points they can get. It's a terrible bounce that, hey, you couldn't write it. You couldn't make that up.
No, you're like, no way, that didn't happen.
And that was after the heroics in the third period from Morgan Geekie, who scored his second goal of the game and his 22nd goal of the season to get this into a tie game situation.
Yeah, Morgan Geekie just continues to play with the hot stick, but also he's doing, look, he's moving, he's grooving, he's finding angles, and he's just, you know, crashing the net. He's playing the game the right way. And what does that mean? Well, stick is on the ice. He's ready for it. He's not, you know, he's not too close to the plate. He's waiting for the puck to come to him. All that stuff, Boiler. And because of that, cliche 101, puck's finding him.
Absolutely.
Because he's doing it the right way.
Yeah, and he's not forcing anything. He's not going out of his way to create. He's playing the game as it's coming to him. He's playing at a high level. And when you're feeling it, this goes off his toe. He's poised enough, tapping in on your backhand. Those are poised plays. And even his first goal, it was rolling off of a rebound. He was collected, and he put it in an area, a rolling puck. He sniped. It's a perfect shot. So that's, you know, he's feeling it right now, which is a great sign. It's a little bit of depth scoring, which is great. But like you said, he's doing the right things, and that's why the right things are happening to him.
To Billy's point, the Carolina Hurricanes scored what looked to be the go-ahead goal with about a minute and a half left in the third period. The Bruins correctly challenged it for an offsides. They won the challenge. The goal was disallowed, and then this happened.
Yeah, I thought you'd think this would be the change. And, you know, unfortunately, this is the way it goes. I don't love the pass.
The pass that Zador's attempting to make is what you're talking about. You don't because Jarvis is still in the middle of the ice, and you're going to assume it has to be a really, really good pass. I know what you mean here. Who knows where the stick ended up getting broken, and maybe it doesn't really matter because it just snapped when he tries to do this. But I hear what you're saying because you're going literally cross ice through the slot.
I mean, what does it gain there with 20 seconds left? You get your low winger. I get it. Maybe that's the outlet, but you can bring it back and still break out. Or maybe I'm crazy and you're trying to break out fast because you don't want it in your end, and it's just a terrible bounce. I think Jarvis does the right thing. He's in the middle of the ice, and again, he's doing the right thing, and he gets a bounce. But after you successfully challenge with a minute and 15 left, you'd think that was the push they needed. Things were starting to turn, and unfortunately not.
Carolina Hurricanes got things rolling in the first period. Sebastian Aho scored the shorthanded goal. Bruins were on the power play for the first time tonight.
Yeah, and this was a wily vet that's going to, right here. It's not a revert. It's not a pinch. It's gap. He slices into Lowry. Lowry doesn't allow himself an opportunity. I think he skates himself into a tough spot, and you're going to do this. I'll call it the kickback or the bump back. Right like here. Lowry's going to leave it. I'm not a fan of that play personally. I know everybody uses it. And here now Aho, with really good patience, going to the backhand, gets Korpisalo, a fellow Finn, to have to get down, and then he reaches by him with that backhand.
Yeah, and Aho's predictable for the rest of his penalty killers, and the reason he's able to take such a wide angle on that is because Lowry isn't coming with quite enough speed. Now, that drop play can be very effective if you're a threat to also keep it and continue on and take the rush 3-on-3 and gain zone entry. He's not really a threat there, Lowry. He's not even close to middle ice.
Star of the game is presented by Subaru of New England. Fall in love with a brand new Subaru with his point tonight on that shorthanded goal. Sebastian Aho makes it 4 consecutive seasons with 60 or more points. Only Eric Staal and Ron Francis are ahead of him on the career list for the, Hurricanes/Hartford Whalers.
Yeah, he's one of those, sneaky's not the right word. You know, he's well known, but he's not the uber star. He's a star, right? No question. But he's loved being in Carolina. He ends up doing very well against the Bruins, it seems like, all the time. He's got a kind of a slinkiness to his game. Not a big guy, plays middle of the ice, scores big goals. We saw him score that one.
He's wiry, and that's the player that Carolina sort of built their franchise around. They've got Eric Staal there forever and ever, and he plays a straight-ahead game, and Aho does the same. He's very strong on his skates. He's stronger than people understand. Could he have more points in a different franchise because of his offensive ability? Maybe, but this is how they win hockey games, and he's a big part of it.
We're just getting started here on Bruins Overtime Live. We'll get dressing room reaction to the Bruins' gut-wrenching 3-2 loss tonight in Carolina. Plus, Andy Brickley will go one-on-one with head coach Joe Sacco right after the break.